Hello and welcome to What the Flick. Welcome back to our Star Trek recaps. We are here talking about episode 10 of season 1, back for the new year. The episode is called
Despite Yourself.
Despite Yourself, yeah.
All right, lots of spoilers. No way around it. If you're watching this and you're worried about spoilers, what the hell?
Come back.
Oh my God, holy shit, there was a lot of crazy stuff that went on this.
I loved it.
I really like this. Right off the bat, they're like, oh, we don't know where we are. I say to my wife and kid, mirror universe. Mirror universe, everyone's gonna-
And you called it, we called it, right?
Everyone's gonna grow goatees and mustaches and all look evil. But they did so much more than that. And I love that we're still getting the story driving. I think we're getting more confirmation about Voq, not about Tyler being Voq, right? But they didn't take it easy on that. They actually used what could have easily been a gimmick, like, oh, we're gonna do our Mirror Universe episode, but they actually make the story work, and they're doing some really cool, fun, interesting stuff to drive the characters forward, drive the plot forward. I really liked it. I want everybody's initial reactions that I told you to hold for the show.
I had a lot of fun. I mean, it was crazy. It was funnier than any episode I could think of, thanks to Captain Killy. Hey,
Captain Killy.
What the heck?
What did she say?
What the hell? Oh,
What did your horses?
Jason, what did you call her?
Beyonce Tilly.
Yeah.
Because she.
It's actually more like Sasha Fierce
Sasha
too.
Fierce, because she came out, hair just laid, and just like, I'm here for the party, you guys.
Covered in gold.
Covered in gold. Like she was going on
she
tour.
had a special shirt too.
Yeah.
She was amazing. It was. She was.
When they kept giving her nicknames, my favorite thing was her face as they kept saying it's like Captain Killy, and I'm like, oh
when he's
my
like,
God.
And he goes through all of them, right?
Yes.
He's like, and then this one is not
the
that
witch
great.
of whatever.
Right, the butcher of what, right, the last one, like this one's not that good.
Yeah.
Captain Killy. I'm like, well, actually,
That
that's
was
awesome.
a favorite
That's a lot of
one. Yeah.
One of the things that was kind of funny, but I guess what happened in the Star Trek universe is how they're able to exact new outfits, to totally change everything.
Computer replicate.
Well,
Yeah.
except that we remember they set that up in a previous episode where you saw that storm, and it's like, oh, actually, they're just replicating her uniform, right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I really liked the episode. It was an episode where I definitely felt like just like a show that I'm into at this point. It wasn't like me looking at like, why did they do that? Why did they do this? Like I wasn't questioning it like I did with some other episodes, I feel. And then also I wanna talk about the fact that, let's talk about the end. I'm not trying to jump ahead, but my romance, everyone always gets mad at me because I'm always trying to predict romances, but I'm just saying.
Jack, we're here for the romance. We are. But what I'm not here for is the awkward, I love you, I want to kiss you, but I hate you with Laurel and Tyler.
I'm not here for Klingon sex. I'm not ready for it.
It's not believable. It's not believable. And
not these Klingons. When Worf did it, I was here for it.
This is Klingon rape. They just
essentially, yes.
They're not saying it, but yeah.
And you guys always like hate me for saying this, but his character for some reason just rubs me the wrong way. Like I can't. He was overly dramatic. This time I get it. He has PTSD. He's going through some things.
And there's something very wrong with him,
as we find out later on in the episode. But yeah, I don't know.
But to that point, and look, like, yes, it's absolutely super rapey, but I thought that there was an interesting moment where you get from the other Klingon, Lorca, where she's like, that prayer should have worked.
Yeah,
right.
Like they messed up the sauce.
Right. And she's got this moment where was something I hadn't expected, where she actually starts to, I think, you start to see her rethink what she's been doing as far as what he actually knows, because it's,
I thought you were playing along.
Right.
Yeah, she's definitely taking it back. And that's the thing I actually liked about that episode. And don't get me wrong, the problem with theirs is actually the rape obviously maybe existed before, but obviously she's thinking, you're my other half and you know this, you're part of the game, let's play this sexual game together.
Do you think she's playing a game with Voq then?
Yes, like I think she thinks that like he's in on it. And again, like I'm cutting to the end of the page from previous episodes, we talked about the idea that Ash Tyler is really Voq, that he's been surgically enhanced to look like a human, or maybe had his memories implanted, whatever like weird Klingon
his consciousness is somehow in his brain.
Yes.
And it's like a get out situation.
Yes, very much. That is literally what you read in my mind. I turned to my friend, I was like, oh, they're get out in Klingons. I feel that.
He's in the sunken place, which is not far down the road from the Upside Down.
And then that moment, and wait a minute though, that moment when he reacts as Tyler would react, it felt to me like Lakeith in Get Out, like turning back into himself and human. So maybe they did implant it over the other person.
Well, we also see Saru's threat ganglia come out in the beginning of the episode when he walks into the bridge. So that was a clear indication of what was going to happen.
I want to point something out really quick. I love that Jason came into this series having not watched any of it and just dropped threat ganglia.
Thank you.
We have converted this man. We have converted this man.
It's been a long, hard road. It's been a long road, and I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
But you know what?
I'm on the bus.
Now you're going to drop threat ganglia in just normal conversation. You're going to say that?
That too.
You're going to say that at home. You're going to be like, man, Jason, that guy sets off my threat ganglia. He's going to say, what?
You're going to be talking about Mirrorverse. And look, you're already a Star Trek fan because you're arguing about this character makes me angry for this reason, and this, you're already in.
Well, but my whole purpose of coming in to chat with you guys was to have fresh eyes on this. And I think that's just a testament to how great the writing has become and how accessible the show has become for the viewers watching. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's for. I will say that you guys had talked about the mirror universe, and I was really that piqued my interest last season. What was cool was seeing how they handled it in this episode. How they what was the quote that Michael Burnham said? To blend into the party, or when you want to crash a party, you have to blend in.
Yeah, blend in.
Which when the Romans do as Romans do, right?
Right.
So seeing how they all became different people, Lorca becoming the captor.
The captor,
Yeah, and I kind of want to point out the fun part about basically saying when in Rome, be like the Romans, when this is a imperial universe run by the humans, very much
and very on point too, when they were like, they're xenophobic, they're very racist,
political parallel with
and
that too.
it was very, very much on point, on brand. I feel like the writers are hitting their stride.
I like Lorca in the leather jacket, like he looks kind of like this washed up detective type.
His throwback Scotty, Scotty, that was great.
Did you like the scene between him and Burnham? Because I felt like, again, I know they're playing up the Tyler and Burnham thing. There's some sexual stuff.
Dude, the way she was rubbing the back of his head was like, okay, I know what you're getting at.
Lorca, I think Lorca and Burnham have this weird, like, I hate you, but I would have hate sex with you thing going on. I'm just saying.
Also, the way she called him out about the way
she,
I totally felt it.
Maybe I just don't like it, and that's why.
Oh, I don't like it, but that's what I'm saying. It's like hate sex.
It's certainly her acting that way is consistent with the way that I think they would assume people would be acting in that mirror universe, right? Like you'd take a prisoner and you'd, with them before you actually turned him over. Kind of not far off what we're seeing with LaRoche and Vogue, right?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Lorca also put the kibosh.
LaRoche, not Lyndon LaRouche.
Lorca also put the kibosh on Burnham and Tyler's romance, saying, hey, at the beginning he comes up to her and says, "Are you act professional, right?" Did you guys miss that?
No, I caught that.
I caught that.
That just adds the forbidden fruit fun
that
to
goes
it.
back to my point.
That's why I'm saying it. That there's that he's probably trying to cock block. I said on TYT, and then just, to get in that lane. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Jack.
I'm for real. Again, I know I always get. This is not the first time in any fandom I'm always accused. It's like you want to pull a ship out of every single
why not?
Gland.
It's fun.
But I feel like
it's
there.
You want to see the tardigrade.
No.
I've been accused of this with every single thing I've liked, so I don't care if Star Trek is another one of those.
As we're talking about Stamets.
Yeah.
No, Colbert.
I know, but Colbert, like
Stamets is now like a Shakespearean soothsayer, blind wise man.
Right, with superhuman strength.
Yes.
Well, wait a minute though.
But Colbert, like that was a super bummer.
We
haven't gotten much of that character, but
I'm a little concerned it's another bury your gaze moment. But
yeah.
So you were really bummed about the death. I love Wilson Cruz.
The actor has been acting like we will see him again.
Right. Entertainment Weekly today posted an article about that because they said that Stamets and Colbert were the most compelling parts of the episode, believe it or not. Which I'm okay, but but their storyline has been one of the most relatable, if you will.
I mean, look, if you're going to get your neck broken anywhere, it might as well be in sickbay because
right. So they're saying,
and we know there's probably a mirror universe.
I think they're
version
fixing
of him running
something.
around.
So people are gonna get mad at me. I'm sure the comments are gonna light up because I love Wilson Cruz.
Me too.
Yes.
And I love him and Anthony Rapp together. I feel like they have great chemistry. But I feel like his character, what he was doing, he was honestly heading for a moment where it's not gonna be interesting because his whole purpose is just, I'm gonna yell at Lorca for trying to be Lorca. And like, it just is not a very interesting character when I really look at it. Like, I think they need to give him something to make him more complex. Other than I love Stamets and Lorca's Captain Ahab, and I hate it. That's great, but we need more.
I think you're touching on a point which seems like maybe Culber is an accessory to Stamets. You know? He's not really important.
Right. Yeah. You do kind of want to see somebody like Stamets, provided he's not permanently insane. You kind of want to see like that jerk character's dating life.
Exactly.
Right? Like how does that one?
What's his soft side?
Well, yeah. I mean, like how, I'm fascinated to watch the story of like how does Colbert get past that exterior?
Yeah.
Right.
But that's what I mean when I say they fix the problem. I think they wrote themselves in a corner with the character, and they need to figure out a way.
But you just don't kill him off. You just don't kill the black dude off. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with you, Jack. Really, there was no place. He always played the accessory to, as you said, to Stamets. Like, okay, I'm just gonna be like, I love you, and I'm a doctor. The end. But Entertainment Weekly is speculating that he will return in some capacity or he'll be resurrected. I was hoping it would be like on Vampire Diaries when they snap someone's neck, they wake up and they come back. I know. I'm lame.
He is in the sick bay though. That's
right.
And they are in the future.
We'll see. Well, and we're in a parallel. You never know. I mean, exactly. I'm not. I have
breaking in a parallel universe.
Who knows? Who knows?
It's like blowing your nose.
This is one thing we didn't talk a lot about because she was kind of secondary in this episode. Although she was important, it just was not really her episode. Is Burnham? Burnham was there in everything, but in a lot of ways she wasn't.
I liked her toward the end when she was, she had gotten into character. And then she was just like, oh God, I've killed
But I mean, she spent the first half of the episode just on the bridge, basically spouting nonsense about being very expositional.
I have this, especially with this episode, I think we're heading in this direction where things are gonna get so much more rough for Burnham's character, and I hope that we see this character be able to come through it strong rather than just be the tragedy. But I think we're staring down the barrel of two things: of she's like, there's no way around she ends up betrayed by Tyler. Right?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
And their romance is going to just barrel further.
That's gonna go farther. She's gonna find out it's Vogue. It's gonna be devastating. Coupled with, I think we're also being set up that she's gonna have to mutiny against Lorca. Right? Like that's gonna have to happen, I think. And so she's gonna get betrayed, she's gonna have to betray somebody, and I hope that we end up with a character that comes out stronger rather than see someone just broken out of that.
So here's my question, because I see this scenario. Tyler's gonna get found out. They're going to be a couple or maybe a known relationship when that happens, and people are going to assume that she brought a Trojan horse into the Federation. Like that scenario is like so. It's my brand of kink. Like I'm so here for it.
And then we maybe also end up where the Tyler personality tries to decide that it's going to be dominant and not give up to Vogue.
Yes.
Right, he's conflicted, and love conquers all. But I like that, and I do think that even though Burnham is still in the hot seat, she's still in trouble. She's really not a friend yet. People are like, they haven't forgot, what she's done.
But who's gonna come to her defense? Because I can so see this moment where they're gonna assume
Sasha
that like
Fierce Tilly.
or even better, Saru.
That would be great.
That's who I'm like. Doug Jones. I was like, Doug Jones carried.
Listen, we already had a Doug Jones win something last year. We can have another Doug Jones win something this year.
Yes, exactly. So I again, this is in my head, it's totally theorizing, but like I see that episode, I see that moment where everyone's like, no, she was in on it. She was a traitor once and she's showing herself to be a traitor again, and him maybe being that rational person to say no.
They're gonna have to cover a lot of ground, because there's only 5 episodes in the season to end it all. So I hope that it gets more intense and heavier. I wanna see romance, I wanna see so much over-the-top drama in a good way that I'm hooked for season whatever comes next year.
There's 2 things that I was really happy about in this show that I never would have expected in this particular episode. The call out to Enterprise, right? Like
what about them?
Right?
And not only that, Scotty's voice, that was fun.
But just the call out to the show Enterprise, where we had gotten the Defiant and that whole story. But the other one, the evil slow clap. You never see the evil slow clap. Like the evil slow clap, that was awesome.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Did you? Oh.
What?
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
So here's why
I hate the slow clap normally.
Right.
I'm here with you, but the evil one.
It was Matt. It was the look. It was the look on their faces. It was one of those like.
Stop it.
Those 2
stupid. Come on, that was awesome.
It was not awesome. What was awesome was when Burnham took the seat and was just like, yes, mofos, I'm here for this. What?
I like how she sits in the chair. Like,
right. She's and so it's the alternate universe. Yes. Do you think that she will get too much into being that person
she's
to want to
find her mirror self eventually?
Yeah, I think that this whole like they kept on saying she's presumed. I'm like nobody's
nobody knows death.
Speaking of goatees, did we catch this
Sarek
and his goatee?
Evil mustache and goatee.
Yeah.
It was good.
Great
family fun.
I really
think we come in next week with.
You make that happen, I'll wear it.
I really hope we run into Mir Georgiou, because they didn't say anything about her, and I want to see her like on the Rebels' good side.
I want to see Mirror Saru, who's like fucking fearless.
Yeah.
Right? Like
and crazy.
His threat comes out when he's the threat.
Yeah. I loved him shoving that in too. That was so great. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. We're back. I think this is one of the best episodes of the season.
Oh wait, one thing. Yeah, I was gonna say one more thing. It's also now on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
But you still have to pay for it through CBS.
You still have to pay for it, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they're trying because, like, to me as a Prime user, just clicking that button was a little bit easier.
And commercial free.
And commercial free for only $9 instead of 11 or 14, I think.
10.
Yeah.
I'm on the $10 one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week when we talk about episode 11. I think it'll be boring. Nothing will happen.
No explosions or betrayal.
Filler episode.
Bottle episode.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jason and Jackie and Kim. And live long and prosper.